Now, yesterday, NEO finished the day trading at over $4 per stock, which resulted in some of the NEO shareholders or investors really excited about this price. I mean, beginning of the week when we saw NEO dropping below $4, because it started this week up over $4, it was something that so many of the investors were not really liking, including myself. I don't like NEO when it tanks, right? So many of the investors were really worried to say NEO continues to be that company that the market won't just reward, right? And I mean, we are seeing companies like Lucid that are not selling that much when it comes to vehicles, but they have a market share over or much higher than NEO. I mean, this very same Lucid, which is having a market cap over NEO, last year they delivered 6,000 vehicles, and yet their market cap is over $9 billion. I mean, tell me if this makes sense to you. NEO last year sold over 160,000 vehicles, but we are seeing Lucid, who sold 6,000 cars last year, having a market cap which is higher than that of NEO. This shows you of how brutal the market is when it comes to the Chinese EV cars, right? But anyways, this shows you once again on the other side of the coin opportunities that lies with EV companies like NEO, because these companies are performing way better than most of the companies in this fast growing EV industry, but yet they are not being rewarded, which shows us or gives us an opportunity to invest into companies like NEO because they are set for greatness, right? One way or the other, the market will end up rectifying these mistakes which they are doing, or this sentiment around Chinese stocks, and we are going to see companies like NEO flourishing in terms of the share price, and those that are taking these low trading prices opportunities to scoop more shares are definitely going to be rewarded. It is for this reason, or these are some of the reasons why whenever I get a chance, whenever I get money, I load the boat onto the NEO stock, because I know that blue sky is coming. NEO is doing exceptionally well, and this year we are going to see them sell over 200 vehicles from just their main brand. Sub-brand, I don't even want to start talking about that, because this year alone it is expected, or we are expecting it to see at least 30,000 from their sub-brand, which is something that of course is pretty exciting, and we look forward to that. So share price wise, when NEO is currently trading at, you and me can definitely agree one thing, and that is it is way undervalued looking at the current fundamentals that we are seeing. I mean, this week we just witnessed NEO do an event called Power Up event, where they were telling us their plans when it comes to the NEO Power. As you know, that NEO is divided into two, where there is NEO Power and there is NEO which focuses more into selling the cars. NEO Power focuses more on the infrastructure, that is your NEO chargers or the charging infrastructure and the battery swapping stations, which from this NEO Power we saw the developments that talks about the infrastructure, how NEO plans to grow their infrastructure, which is something that is pretty exciting. We have discussed it quite a number of times on this channel, and you and me can agree that what came out of that event, it's just so amazing, and the progress that NEO has made, it is quite amazing, which therefore when you see this, if it's not looking at the sales which NEO generates on their vehicles, just their infrastructure, you and me can agree that NEO deserves some huge rewards from the market based on the breakthroughs which we have seen. I mean, if a US based company was the one that which confirmed that they are the ones with most infrastructure, charging infrastructure, and maybe battery swapping stations, the market, I tell you, would have recovered that US stock like crazy. I'm telling you that, because of the infrastructure side. But because it's NEO and it's Chinese stock, yeah, the market does not feel like rewarding NEO as yet, because they blame it on what? NEO is not yet profitable. So to me and you that really know the fundamentals of NEO, that really knows what's happening around NEO, this $4 remains an opportunity of a lifetime, because we know where NEO could be in the next 2 to 3 years, and therefore these are great prices to scoop more, to load the boat, because we know one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. So I'm happy, I'm excited about the fundamentals, and this share price to me it's an opportunity to buy more, to scoop more, because we know one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. I don't know what will happen next week, but you will know that next week, at the end of next week, I think on Sunday, it will be the 1st of September, and we might be getting the delivery results coming from these our very own NIO, which we look forward, and hopefully they have produced over 20,000 vehicles, as per what I was saying in the previous video, making my predictions, right? So we look forward. I think for NIO, the next 2 weeks are going to be very important, and will influence, and I think it will have an influence into the share price of how NIO trades, because like I said, on the 1st we're expecting the delivery results, and then on the second week, which is the week of the 5th, on the 5th we are expecting NIO to give us or announce their Q2 earnings, which we know those earnings are going to be really interesting, because NIO sold record-breaking deliveries for Q2, which were over, or which were around 57,373, which, boy, I must say, the kind of estimates or predictions that which the market anticipates coming from NIO, revenue, earnings per share, I think we might see a NIO share price after those earnings rising or surging in terms of the share price, because what analysts are expecting versus what NIO produce, yeah, I think we must just brace ourselves for that, because I think they underpredicted of what we might expect during the earnings, and therefore this gives room and opportunity for NIO to outperform in terms of the share price, because they will produce pretty good, decent earnings, which analysts are not expecting. So we look forward to that. Otherwise, with all that, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about the share price, stock price of NIO, and what are you doing? Are you buying? Are you increasing your holdings? Personally, whenever I get money, what I'm doing is that I'm buying, I'm loading the boat, because I know that blue sky is coming. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.